A very good afternoon to you tuned into UBC TV. We welcome you to our UBC Lunchtime News this Saturday, the 25th of September 2021. It's me, Michael Jordan Lukomwa. This year's second intake of the police presidential guards was passed out at Sarah Kasanyi Training School after a month-long training. The commander of the 1st Special Forces Group, Colonel Moses Mpora, represented the commander of the Special Forces Command, Brigadier General Peter Chandia, at the colorful event, as our reporter tells it here.
These are part of the over 200 personnel of the police presidential guards that have this year alone gone through training in Kasanyi Training School. The one-month refresher course that commenced on 24th August saw 81 trainees acquire knowledge with major emphasis on political education and leadership development, skills at arms, physical training, methods of search, communication and counter-terrorism operations. The commander of 1st Special Forces Group, Colonel Moses Mpora, presided over the function on behalf of the Commander of Special Forces Command, Brigadier General Peter Chandia. Colonel Moses thanked the entire administration of Sarah Kasanyi Training School for drilling the students well.
To you graduates, I have carefully looked at your demonstrations, and I think this course, the objective has been achieved. Mujapige makofi. So I am insisting and emphasizing on the word that the commandant has just said. The objective will be, the end state will be achieved only if you perform what you were taught here. Tuko pamoja.
He thanked the Director of Civil Military Cooperation, Colonel Gilbert Wamajezi, for taking the students through lessons of ideological development and orientation.
I am reliably informed that your ideological orientation was okay and you liked your course. Naomba mjapige makofi.
The commandant of Sarah Kasanyi Training School, Lieutenant Colonel William Mugabe, said apart from the 2 students who dropped out of the course on issues related to indiscipline and others who never completed on medical grounds, all the 81 trainees passed well.
Their discipline and attitude has changed, and I'm happy to report to you that this time all are graduating. Our special thanks go to the Commander Special Forces Command and the entire SFC leadership for the continued support to the school, for not getting tired of us whenever we call on you. We take this opportunity again to thank our guest lecturers, especially Colonel Magezi, our director of CIMIC, who presented revolutionary methods of work.
The role of presidential police guards is to guard the First Lady, very important persons VVIP, as well as strategic installations in the country. The function was attended by directors, commanding officers, commandants, senior and junior military officers, including Special Forces Command Corps and drums. Bernard Higa, UBC News, Kasanyi.
The National Drug Authority impounded drugs worth 163 million shillings in northern Uganda. This was during an operation that lasted for a whole 2 weeks. At least 763 drug outlets were inspected in 19 districts of the northern Uganda region, where 545 boxes of assorted drugs worth 163 million shillings from 349 unlicensed outlets were impounded within the operation.
The National Drug Authority has advised all operators whose outlets have been closed and drugs impounded to report to NDA regional offices in Lira for guidance on compliance requirements. This followed the 2 weeks joint enforcement operation conducted by the authority in northern Uganda, in which 545 boxes of assorted drugs were impounded from 349 unlicensed drug outlets.
We don't give them any time because we've already sensitized them. We've done support supervision, and we need them to meet the requirements of premises, the requirements of qualified people being in the premises, and any other requirements.
So their challenge is to get the qualified person to supervise their facilities. And we shall get over this by the regional manager engaging them in the sessions of sensitization.
Since you come with this form and then you get back your drug.
In the operation, some government-labeled drugs including Coartem, lumefantrine and Kifaro, smuggled from Kenya, were impounded among others. Kifaro is mainly used by men to increase their energy in bed. The authority also appealed to the general public to report any form of irregularity to NDA's toll-free line 0800 101 999.
The increase in licensed pharmacies is further attributed to drug shops upgrading into pharmacies, easing licensing issues to cover a period of 3 years.
At this time of the year, usually, we expect everybody to have been inspected and licensed.
Although the authority noted challenges of accessing other outlets due to the bad roads, the RCC said government is committed to ensuring all Ugandans are safe and protected.
We will continue executing our duties of ensuring that the people receive all the necessary services which they need.
Although some outlets are still non-compliant, NDA has this financial year registered an increase in compliance level in which 23.2% of pharmacies were licensed and 22% of drug shops were also licensed due to the general regulatory interventions. Ediolwa for UBC News in Lira City.
No, I know. Yes, I know.
That money you want to give me,
No.
You collect it. First of all, fix the ceiling to this place. You can't keep medicines in such a place.
That's a report from our correspondent Eddie Olwa in the northern parts of Uganda. The British High Commission and Uganda Coffee Development Authority are organizing a coffee cupping competition aimed at increasing interest in Ugandan coffee within the UK market. The campaign is to be supported by the Ministry of Agriculture and is to be a continental event with parallel events happening in London through the Uganda High Commission.
Uganda's coffee exports have in the recent past took on an upward trajectory, with the country recording over 6 million bags in exports worth US $496 million in the 2020-2021 financial year. And as the exports increase, the country is now looking at ways of leveraging on relations with the existing countries so as to create a wider market and demand for Uganda's coffee.
We want actually to jump from 6 million bags to 7.5 million bags. And together, this is achievable. Our farmers, our exporters are looking for markets. You show them the direction, they do everything possible. So as you assure us the market, our farmers are listening, they will do that. And UK, I'm sure, needs Ugandan coffee.
Uganda Coffee Development Authority has partnered with the British High Commission to organize a cupping competition so as to promote Ugandan coffee to the most important figures in the UK sector.
Winners of this competition, and thanks to the British High Commission, will be given an opportunity to work as a company to develop and brand the Ugandan coffee for export market and selling to the specialty coffee retailer in the UK. We also expect that the trade deals will be brokered after the competition with the Ugandan coffee producers that will lead to a branded Ugandan coffee in UK supermarkets.
The UK High Commissioner to Uganda, Kate Irie, says that although Uganda is a leading coffee producer, the exports in the UK don't reflect this.
When my Prime Minister, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, met His Excellency President Museveni at the UK Africa Investment Summit last year, just before the start of the pandemic, they talked at length about ensuring that we get more Ugandan produce on UK shelves, and that coffee is just one of many commodities that should be consumed in households across my country.
Uganda also trades very little agricultural produce with the UK, despite being eligible for the quota-free duty access to the UK market. The High Commissioner believes that the yet-to-be-launched direct Uganda Airlines flight from Entebbe to London will help reverse this.
It's incredibly exciting. I'm looking forward to the day when, we can actually wish farewell to that first flight, leaving from Entebbe, arriving in an airport in London. I will be a regular traveller myself on that direct flight. I mean, it cuts the time down for both the trade as well as passengers. We know how important tourism is to Uganda as well. We will, after COVID, get back onto the footing of being able to support travellers into Uganda. So, look, I think the opportunities are endless, and it's a really symbolic, important move.
Coffee cupping is a method of evaluating different characteristics of a particular coffee bean, allowing the tester to compare and contrast coffees against each other for better understanding. Samuel Senono, UBC News.
Bail is a constitutional right for a person suspected to have committed any crime or offense. It is also constitutional that one can be denied bail under circumstances prescribed by the courts of law. How? In a report with Ivan Kawa here.
Uganda presumes that a person charged with a criminal offense is innocent until proven guilty under Article 28, Clause 3A. Article 23, Clause 6 further states that any person arrested in respect for a criminal offense is entitled to apply for bail. The law does not classify the cases which are or not entitled to consideration for bail.
The court will analyze the circumstances of each case differently, and either that court may grant the bail or may not grant the bail.
The judiciary spokesperson Jamson Karimani explains why it is important for the accused to convince court why a bail application is being sought for.
He is only allowed to attend to his case while coming from outside. The other consideration court considers is the biggest one. If we release this person on bail, is he coming back to attend his trial?
The application for release on bail requires guarantee that the accused will appear in court as and when needed. This is why the accused is tasked to pay cash or non-cash bail.
That money they are asking you to deposit, it is security. They are looking at, in case you don't come back, is there fallback? Or when you don't come back, there is nothing, the matter ends there.
The cash is deposited to the bank, and when the accused is either found guilty or acquitted, his or her money is refunded. But when the terms given by court are breached by the accused, the money is then forfeited to the state.
Government takes it as revenue because they have also invested in looking for you.
But for non-cash bail, it is upon sureties to ensure the accused does not disappear.
That you have executed the bond of so much, not cash. Now that one remains hanging on their neck. If the person you stood for runs away and you can't trace him yourself, they will come to you and say, you said if he does not come back, you will pay 100 million. Where is it? So the sureties have got to understand that standing for someone is not just a joke. It's not a game. It is something serious. You must monitor him.
When a bail application is rejected by court, the accused is remanded to prison, but for a period not exceeding 180 days for capital offences, while misdemeanors not beyond 60 days.
Much as they may be still going on investigating, that one is easy. You may even be granted bail without a surety. You may not be asked to pay anything. Court will just grant you bail after 180 days.
The judiciary has over time settled scenarios where people are arrested and detained beyond 48 hours, contrary to Section 25 of the Police Act. This calls for a legal alternative where in high-end profile cases, the 48 hours are not enough to carry out investigations to adduce evidence to the courts of law. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Kampala.
UBC Lunchtime News. Sorghum and millet are cereals that are used as key ingredients in preparation of bread, porridge and local drinks in many parts of Uganda. Researchers are now working at improving these cereals that are consumed by a majority of Ugandan population so that they are climate smart, fast cooking and nutrition enhanced with market demand features.
That are good for food, that are good for brewing, and that are good for other industrial use.
Communities living in the arid and semi-arid regions of Uganda continue to experience malnutrition, mainly among children under the age of 5.
As a result, malnutrition is the order of the day, where over 36% of children in the region are undernourished, and 45% of the deaths that occur in children in this region below 5 is due to malnutrition.
Crop scientists at the National Semi-Arid Resources Research Institute, Serere, are now working towards improving finger millet and sorghum varieties for improvement of food security and nutrition among children.
The East African Center of Innovation for Finger Millet and Sorghum means a lot to us. The center aims at bringing the resources, leveraging the resources to accelerate development of varieties.
The Research Institute has been awarded the East African Center of Innovation for Finger Millet and Sorghum to empower communities residing in semi-arid regions of East Africa to transition from a subsistence type of farming to one of increasing incomes, resilience, food, and nutrition security.
The overall goal that the center is focusing on is to improve food security and nutrition among the communities, particularly those living in the semi-arid and arid regions of East Africa.
Sorghum and finger millet, which are key in the making of porridge and local bread, have previously been dogged by low productivity due to growing of inferior varieties that are prone to diseases and unable to cope with vagaries of nature.
These farmers will be able to get improved varieties that are acceptable and that meets the demand for their day-to-day nutrition, but also for income and industrial use.
The National Semi-Arid Resources Research Institute, which is based in Uganda, will lead Kenya and Tanzania during the implementation of this project for the development and release of improved sorghum and finger millet varieties to accelerate adaptation and commercialization of value-added products.
And in the long run, we hope to see our farmers changing from the subsistence approach to commercial approach and improving their livelihood and resilience to shock that comes as a result of climate change.
The specialized breeding is aimed at ensuring the seeds are drought-tolerant, disease-resistant, early maturing, nutritious, and delicious.
Focusing on crops, particularly sorghum, barley, and cassava. And we are looking further to expand this collaboration with other industrial users of these commodities, especially those dealing in soft drinks like the Bushera communities,
reporting for UBC News.
Other commodities like bread.
Habimana Deo takes us for the break. Do not miss what we have on return. Thank you so much for watching.
My home, I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda. My home, oh my Uganda.
I know with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home, my turn my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey, mama. At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
Five times the winning, yeah. 5 times the happiness, yeah. 5 times the luckiness, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5. 5 times the money, yeah. 5 times the shopping, yeah. 5 times the prizes, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5.
Win 100,000 Uganda shillings weekly in the 5 for 5 jackpot. Simply download the Sente mobile app. Click Sente on the go to open your account online. Transact 5 times or more using Sente mobile, Sente Visa, and Sente Agent to stand a chance to win. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. So, participate in the 5 for 5 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 5 for 5 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank. Our bank, Centenary Bank, is regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy a 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175 hash and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV Valley. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cup competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Connect your home online with MTN WakaNet Max, a fast and reliable home internet solution to power your streaming, gaming, online classes, work, and CCTV security cameras. The MTN WakaNet Max Starter Kit comes with a free 4G router, SIM card, and 35 GB bundle with no validity, all at 245,000 Uganda shillings. Visit any MTN service center to sign up.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Welcome back from the break. It's UBC Lunchtime News, and now let's go to the business news segment. Uganda Private Sector Foundation has partnered with Safaris Uganda to attract more tourists to Uganda through birding. The acting executive director of the Private Sector Foundation Uganda, Francis Kasirinya, says that among the activities they are intending to achieve in the partnership with the PSFU will also focus on addressing unemployment among the young people in the country.
When you talk of tourism, most of us know chimpanzee, gorilla, lions, etc. But the Private Sector Foundation Uganda, in partnership with Bird Safari Uganda, have signed a joint venture partnership that will attract tourists in Uganda. The partnership, among other targets it seeks to achieve, will also focus to address unemployment problem among the youths.
On behalf of PSFU, I would like to thank
our beloved partner, the MasterCard Foundation, that has supported our effort over the years and is bringing happiness to the young people of Uganda.
Stephen Asimwe, the Director for Policy and Business Development at PSFU, says through budding they are aiming at getting jobs for the youths. The move will be championed by the girl child, majorly those under the age of 30 years.
The entire continent's bird species are found here. We have 50% of Africa's bird species and about 10 to 11% of the world's bird species. But our income is still small. For me, that's a challenge, but today I am seeing opportunities in that. And precisely the conversation is going to work towards this huge opportunity.
In this undertaking, PSFU will also work with the MasterCard Uganda that has also taken lead in the launch of Bird Uganda Safari project.
We train people, we skill people, we empower people. And particularly for private sector is a sister project called MasterCard. And under MasterCard Foundation, we have a project called Young Africa Works, which is essentially geared towards creating jobs and opportunities and empowering young people, especially women and those under the age of 35.
Herbert Biarohanga, the Vice President, Uganda Tourism Association, says that birding is a source of income to the youths.
We want culture tour operators, because in the next 3 years, we should be able to have businesses coming out of this project, especially for women. We want to make sure that women get these businesses and they're in charge, because from my personal experience, which I think MasterCard got very right with PSFU, when you have women doing these businesses in rural areas, they are very successful and the business can stabilize very, very well.
Story compiled by Kenneth Tanaba for UBC News.
Switch from AfriCell to Airtel, Uganda's only 100% 4G network, and get 50% data bonus on all bundles purchased using Airtel Money. Visit the nearest Airtel shop with a valid national ID to buy a SIM card today. For business entities, please share an email with business.support@ug.airtel.com. Enjoy the best rates on calls, SMS, data, and Airtel Money across Uganda on your preferred number. 50% data bonus is valid till 15th November 2021. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
My home, I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda. My home, oh my Uganda.
I know, with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home, under the sun so bright, under the moon at night, on my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey, mama.
At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
UBC Lunchtime Sports News. Uganda's national basketball team, the Silverbacks, were hosted at the Bulange headquarters of the Buganda Kingdom and met the Katikiro Charles Peter Maiga. The team represented Uganda at the Afro Basketball Championship in Rwanda and finished a decent 6th at the Championship of the Best Nations in Africa. The Katikiro hailed the team for its displays and relayed gratitude from the Buganda Kingdom for exploits by the players at times games several amounts of adversity. He talked the advantages of sports that go well beyond entertainment and good health, with social relations at times gained through sport outweighing all other achievements. The tournament was won by Tunisia, followed by Ivory Coast, Senegal, Cape Verde and Angola, with Uganda in the 6th. The best in the East African region and also above established nations like Egypt, which finished 11th. The delegation that visited the Buganda Kingdom was led by the Federation of Uganda Basketball Association's president, Nasa Serunjoji, and included mainly the local cast of players. Serunjoji called for collaborations that will enable acquisition of land to build an arena for not only basketball but also other sports disciplines. And that brings us to the end of today's engagement. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. But of course, as Newsroom, we are still at work. We'll have bulletins in Kiswahili, Luganda, and English in the evening. So keep it UBC TV. Bye-bye for now. Enjoy your lunch.